A conversation with Tim Weston from Savernake Sporting had me feeling very ignorant on the subject of calling Muntjac. He invited us up and he showed us that you can have some of the most exciting sport in the UK when it comes to deer stalking. It's Remembrance Day Monday. Enjoy. We decided to head straight off into the vast and equally beautiful woodland here at Savernake. And settling in a clearing, it didn't take us long to get our first sighting.
Yeah, it's Muntjac. There it comes.
Talk through your technique quickly and what just happened there.
Cherrywood is one that I came across by accident with roe,
Yeah.
using for roe, and I found that I was getting a lot more Muntjac bucks coming in with this one. I would use a lower pitch for the roe, and I kind of wound it right up to the highest pitch possible.
Yeah.
So just
Same
wound
style.
it
Do you
right up.
adjust whilst you call, or you just use your hand
use my
to
hand.
change?
Hand.
Yeah, just use my hand change. The closer it gets, the quieter you want to get with it.
Yeah.
So it thinks it's getting closer to you, or to the call. And then this one is the one developed in Norway. So I just used this year for roe, and found that I was finding more Muntjac coming into this than was roe duck. So yeah, I rarely use this one as a caller to bring them in. It's more these things.
I'm the same. I don't use a Bouteilleau.
Just get more control off the mouth calls, you reckon?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you get a better pitch from it. Yeah, and I think also because you've got other sort of guys around stalking and things, I think a lot of
It's
people
the most
tend to
common
use
call,
the most
isn't it?
common call. Yeah, and I think once they've heard this, I think that's just a general. You can't really change the pitch on that much.
What is it about the calls of Muntjac like?
I think it's an inquisitive thing. I think it's also the same as what it would be with a roe, whereas you've got the females thinking possibly it's a fawn in distress. That's why they would come in. I think the buck would use the same idea as what a roebuck would. So it would be a distress call from a fawn. There'd be a doe there. The buck would come in to find the doe.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Shall we go and see if we can find another one?
Yep.
Let's go. So generally you'll set yourself up in a spot with a good view.
Yeah, so what you're looking for line of sight, but also cover, because they won't come through a bare beechwood. They need bracken or bramble. Only once or twice. Last Sunday I was at another bit of ground we've got in the Chilterns, and I blew the thing once. Completely bare wood, and this buck came running towards us, and it ended up being 11 feet away and we couldn't shoot it. So, but you want a bit of cover, so you want to be able to see. There's no point setting yourself up where you haven't got a safe shot. It doesn't take a lot of thinking about, but so many guys will stand 4 foot from a bramble patch and blow and wonder why there's no Muntjac. Well, it's in the bramble patch and it can see you, so it's not going to come. So if you look, there's like 25 feet all round you. 50 feet is okay. I would say 200 feet's too much. You've got to have. They will be shootable. Yeah.
How long do you call blind for before you move on?
Usually 15-20 minutes. If I don't see anything at all, then I'd move on. Like I say, sometimes with the bigger bucks, they'll come in very, very slowly, and I've waited up to sort of 40 minutes for one to come in. So it really is a trial. The disadvantage with us at the moment, we've got a lot of cover still here. Bracken's still very high. We need a good frost to knock it all down, and then we can really crack on with our Muntjac coal. But At the moment they've got a bit of an advantage, as you just
As we just seen.
So chestnuts like this in here, these were cut down in World War One. You can see the size of it, and they wouldn't have been able to get through anymore with the hand saws.
Yeah.
So that would have been used for the trenches, the palings on the trenches. They used chestnut from the Savernake and other places.
Wow.
But one of the things that saved most of the ancient trees in here, unlike the new forest, is they stored a lot of the munitions because of our proximity to Salisbury Plain. So they needed canopy cover to show it, and the old buildings are still in here where they stored them.
Awesome.
So that's why we've got all the trees, you know, which is quite cool.
As a disguise, camouflage.
Yeah.
Over the following couple of hours, we had several close encounters with Muntjac. But no clean shots presented themselves.
It's sort of moved left into the bracken and we've lost it.
That got a bit exciting for a second there. What happened through the scope from your perspective?
So we're in a bit of a bowl here, and I think what's happening is the wind's just swirling around here a little bit. The wind's picking up a bit. When we were out in the open forest, it was primarily that way, but I think once we got in here, the wind's just circling a little bit. He's caught wind of us. They still hang around because they're still sort of suspicious about the call, but yeah, I think he's just had enough of that.
They really are interested in that call.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
They might not come in, but you'll hold them.
Sometimes they'll just come running straight in.
Yeah.
They'll stop at your feet, and they'll be too close.
Can you stalk them whilst they're like that, or is it best just to stay still?
I think they're more on edge because
Yeah.
they're listening out more, and I think if you try and stalk them, then you're better off trying to bring them to you.
Yeah.
Which is what we're trying to do. But yeah, the wind's it's not the best morning for it really.
But we've all noticed it with all deer, horses as well, when it's windy,
Yeah.
that everything seems to be on edge. If it's a nice still morning, the only disadvantage of a still morning, every twig you crack
This is it. You have to be on your
is
game a little
20
bit better.
times louder, isn't it?
Yeah.
But my plan now is to go for breakfast,
All right, we'll win
and
that
then
game.
we'll talk about what you two did wrong, and then we'll give it another go in a couple of hours in another bit of the forest.
With plenty of time left of the day, we decided to stop off at a local cafe and fuel up for later. This also served as a perfect opportunity to get Tim's thoughts on non-toxic rifle ammo.
What are your experiences with non-toxic rifle ammo? Do you use it?
I have used it. I used it a lot last year. So I shot 30 deer with it last year. At the back end of last year.
All the 243.
All in a 243 and with two different makes. So the Seiko TTSX, which is a Barnes bullet, and then the Hornaday version, GMX,
Yeah.
which is that also a Barnes bullet?
No, GMX is Hornady. GMX is Hornady.
So those are the two. Very little difference between the two. Accuracy, excellent. Both very accurate, 100 metres. No problems there. No flyers on the paper test, it was all good. But I found on live stuff two things. On very small things, we shoot a lot of Muntjac. Massive amount of destruction in the front end of the Muntjac.
Yeah.
And what I also found was a lot of I think it's called hydrostatic shock.
Hydrostatic shock.
When it pulls the gut through from the diaphragm. So we had a lot of ruined carcasses.
Rupturing, blood clotting.
Yeah, and these were shot well up the front end as well. These weren't sort of half and halves. So that was an issue. But then on the fallow, especially the bucks, I found they didn't do that. It didn't expand at all. And you ended up with a through and through. Just a hole. I don't know. I spoke to one of the importers of it, and he said that, which Fox ammo, the guy makes the Fox copper bullets, and he was saying that can happen with copper because of the malleability of the bullet. So they're designed, the reason they're hollow point is they're designed to create a shockwave in front,
Yeah.
and that's what creates the big hole whereas lead makes itself a big area.
Yeah.
a full English and a couple of coffees, and we were ready for round 2. But before we went out, the guys needed to sort some deer out from the day before. So we're just out of the larder, and we were caping off these 2 muntjac that they actually called in here. 2 gold medal muntjac called in within 20 minutes of each other. Unfortunately, both the shots were a bit dodgy, so the carcasses have been condemned, so they're just going to take a bit of meat off where they can, but they can't be sold or used in any capacity.
It's going to walk left-handed from the 2 trees. Its head's just up. Got it? Can you see it?
No, but I've got a vague idea.
Okay, it should be clear-ish. He's under the tree with the hook. So see the 3 mature trees, then there's a small one with 2 bits and loads of yellow bracken. It's sort of behind that bracken, but quite away, and on the left it's walked that way, quite away.
It's hard for you to tell, but we spotted a muntjac in this thick stuff over here with the thermal. We're up over there.
Yeah.
I just got that eyes on with the scope, but it was just a brown.
Yeah, we didn't have a clear shot. It doesn't look like it, but all you need is 4 inches for them to disappear.
And you have that perfect little...
We've got a bit of a bank
shallow
here, which is great for shooting into. Perfectly safe shot, but
it has just enough cover here that it went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
And it sort of walked up. We called it up from, I think, quite a long way away because we were there for a while, and it sort of mooched up, kept coming through here, came across this gap. Just, in fact, you can see the deer rack there. Look, came down the deer rack, and then came to look at us, and we were way back in. I think you made the right decision not shooting. You could have shot. A less experienced person might have shot, but
it's not worth
it
the
wasn't.
risk. That sort of
We didn't have a proper clear shot. And then we just followed the muntjac back the way it came. Obviously came here, thought there is no doe. I'm going, it was a decent buck as well.
There was a couple of points though that you gave that call and you turned it from walking away and it came charging back again into this little dip, and you could. It was obviously up having a go on the air trying to find us, but
he eventually got fed up of me blowing a whistle at him and fucking off. But he did. He came beautifully to start with. And it just
proper exciting.
We needed him not to stand there and stand there.
Well, I was hoping he'd come up and just come through this cover.
Yeah.
But
like I was saying, what we now 1:30 in the afternoon when we called that.
Lunchtime. Calling in big bucks.
So yeah.
That's let's go try again.
Yeah. Let's go and have a look in this field. We might be
truly exciting actually.
Some close calls, but the same old story. No clear shot. We headed out for a final walk during the perfect time, and I was totally unprepared for what was about to come.
Okay, so we're going to stalk down this track. This bank in front of us is all sort of middle-aged mature oak. It's one of the pheasant drives. So we got rides cut all through there, but they're only 90 centimetre wide.
So perfect little looking rides.
Perfect, so we can sneak up one of those. But recently there've been a lot of muntjac on this bank, so the wind's good, it's going that way. Yeah. So we're going to walk along this beautifully mowed ride.
Oh, it's very well manicured.
Pretty piping slippers, isn't it? So we're going to walk down this ride, we're going to look up, very rarely see them on the left because of all the bracken yet. We'll look up to the right, and we'll see if we can find one in there. Probably got, I don't know, an hour and 20 minutes of light. So
perfect sort of time for it.
Yes,
if they're moving anything like they were this morning, or even in the middle of the day.
Yeah, in the middle of the day, yeah. So we'll see. Might get drunk.
There's another one up behind it.
Doe behind it.
If you get any shot, just take it. Oh, there's another one.
Jesus Christ. Shouldn't have moved that way.
There's a big buck just in front of you, 10 yards in front of you, just in the brambles. Come this side. Just see his head, okay? You have to be quick. In the bramble, oh, he's just moved right. Okay, well, you've got that one up there. Ready? Yeah. Nice, well done. Reach for the bolt on the wrong side. It's a shame that was a big buck. You might still be here.
Wow, it was a nice easy one. 3 bloody Muntjac.
There's another one up there.
Really?
The one's just here. Right to the left of the ash. See him just moving? See the... He's gone right-handed. What I reckon we should do is walk up that cut track.
Yeah, I can see the heat all.
Yeah.
Give him a blow.
Bit covered, isn't he? Let's look from the other side again. There he is, there he is. Well done, mate.
Where I was aiming. Thank you
Pleased
very
with
much.
that. These are one of my favourite animals to hunt. They're fantastic.
Oh, I can see why. It's sort of, like I say, so many people treat them like just a pest.
Yeah.
Whereas as soon as you add that sporting element in, they were, well, we came upon that big buck at the top here,
Yeah.
cooled him down, he went into the brambles, disappeared, another one appeared,
Yeah.
all charging down the hill to find out what was going on.
Yeah, I know.
It's very exciting
It
all
is,
of a sudden.
well, it is exciting. And if you think what we've had in terms of value today,
It's insane.
you wouldn't get that with roe deer, you wouldn't get that with fallow deer.
We've you walk around and go, no, not that one.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
Exactly. We've had a full day of calling, walking. I dread to think how far we've walked, but you know, we've seen dozens of deer.
Yeah.
Everywhere we've been, we've seen dozens
We've
of
had
deer.
a couple of good runs, I suppose is the best way to put
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
A
exactly.
couple of good cool sort of things.
And that's the beauty of
We
them.
just had the advantage on this last one. That's
So I think the advantage we've got here is this is a great area because we've got this cut, this valley. The wind's perfect for us, and
we had the perfect clearing.
we had the perfect clearing. You're 15 foot tall, so you could see
That
over the
helped a
brambles, which does help. It's also time of day. We're now. This is what I'd call this last. Like I was talking earlier, the first hour and the last hour is when the calling works. You think at lunchtime how tentatively that buck came in. You gave a squeak, and these would just
charging down the hill.
You know,
It was like they were being driven at
Yeah.
you. Unbelievable.
yeah. So it is. You know, it is an exciting way of stalking. I enjoy it.
Where it's constant road rut, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah,
It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work.
Nothing's guaranteed with nature, right?
So but we, you know, I think between the three of us, you've seen Calvin and I today, and you haven't seen Paul, but between the three of us, we do it in very different ways. You mentioned that earlier on.
Yeah.
You've seen similar results for all of them have come charging in various ways. So I think you develop your own technique. The key, the absolute key, and Calvin said it earlier on, is not overdoing it. If you stand there blowing like a trumpet, trying to get these things to come to you,
You're just going to educate.
you're going to educate. It's not going to work.
So put your homework in, know where your deer are, know where your volume of deer are, and then you call them to get to a shootable area, because living in this scrub, without that call, they would have stayed in the bramble, we wouldn't have got them into the open. So that's how we use the call. Not saying we do it right, but other people do it differently. It works for what we do in this situation of 4,000 acres of solid woodland. You know, we ain't got any fields, we haven't got that luxury. Yeah. The other thing that is one of the best things about these deer is we can pick these up and carry them without any problem whatsoever. Don't know if you noticed the Taylor goat winches in the larder. That's for the big fella here, and it's just you shoot one in the middle of this. You're like, oh man.
Well, you were saying that this ride alone is two miles long.
Yeah, the ride that runs through here is 2 miles.
You won't be dragging all the way back down there, can you imagine?
No.
Going to shoot a big old doe.
No, yeah, exactly.
For anyone who wants to do this, how do they get in contact?
Well, we've got a website, Savernake Sporting, www.savernakesporting.co.uk. I'm sure you guys will put it in the description.
We will indeed.
Or you can email info@Savernake Sporting. We do some limited client stalking. Yeah. We don't do loads, but
it keeps it like this. That's the thing.
That's the thing. You know, that's what we do. We run syndicates as well, stalking syndicates. So you know, we try and give people an experience. We never sell anything we can't provide. So that's the key to what we do.
Really, I've come through today from entertainment value. Even if we hadn't shot them, I would have left completely happy.
Oh, I was laughing the whole time watching you stalk. It was hysterical. So it's been really good being with you. So it's been excellent day.
Until next time.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.